stamps with it. Can you explain? I'm in the studio. I'm back in London. It's amazing how quiet it was. I couldn't believe it. You sound very nervous. Are you alright? Yeah, it's just weird to sound a bit confused. Wow. Is that my voice? Created it. Good to be back. First time so many people. After, what is it, 4 months, hasn't it, somebody was saying. It's quite strange, but
and sometimes too much.
Yeah, glad to be back, mate.
Well, I've seen you on Zoom and stuff like that, but it doesn't really count, does it? By the way, the games on Sunday, final round of Premier League games. After that, less than 7 weeks to wait until the Premier League restarts. How about that?
7 weeks, so what, they'll be back in pre-season after 2 or 3?
I would say, yeah.
Amazing, really. It's almost like 2 pre-seasons, isn't it? I would have had a bit of that.
That should be alright then, shouldn't they?
Yeah, doesn't need that long. Doesn't need that many friendlies. They've just played all these games. Give them 5 weeks off and just pop back just 2 weeks before, a couple of friendlies, job done.
And with some of them, I'll be surprised if they go anywhere on holiday, but we shall see. Big interview with Roy Hodgson coming up.
Yes, Roy, we managed to have a drink with Roy, didn't we? Where was that?
4 years ago, Chauncey.
Chauncey, yeah, we had a drink with him. Turned up in the tracksuit, him and Gary Neville, which was quite strange. We were all dressed to the nines, they were in tracksuit, but yeah, enjoyed it.
That was when it was going well for England, by the way. It was before we played Iceland, didn't he? So there you go. So we'll get that a little bit later on. And of course, after 5, David Connolly joins us and we'll get to all of the action this weekend. And of course, at the top and at the bottom as well. Jordan Henderson is the Football Writers Player of the Year. What I will say about this is the history of the Football Writers Award, and I'm a member out of both. It's about not just on the pitch, it's off the pitch as well. So people need to bear that in mind. I think a lot of people are looking at it thinking, well, he's not the best player. And he's not the most talented player in the Premier League, but he's the one who's won it.
Well, that's what he's for, isn't it? Well, not I mean, just one winner, isn't it? I mean, that's one of the reasons Rashford's in the top 5 as well, I would say. So, totally get that, right? Absolutely 100%. It's a winner. It'll be interesting when happens with a player's player, whether he does the double or whether he does go to the best player. I've said all along, haven't I, but I'd like to think it would be a Liverpool player. The best player has been De Bruyne.
All right, brother. Let's see what those blades can do.
I mean, I think so. Talent-wise, and some of his performances have been out of this world.
Okay, let me throw this in, because I think it's a really interesting question. There is no stats on FIFA or Opta or anywhere for what Jordan Henderson brings to a football scene. You can't really measure it. So it leaves a whole swathe of football analysts who rely on stats with nowhere to go, because they can't understand why Jordan's Player of the Year. There's an over-reliance on stats in modern football analysis, in my opinion, and it can be important. We know that. But I think they have to be used in moderation. If you think so, De Bruyne's got 19 assists. He's on the brink of equaling, possibly breaking the record on Sunday. So he's been the best individual. Does that really make sense? How come assists are more important than goals? And can you assume that 19 assists has been a bigger contribution in Man City's season from De Bruyne than what Jordan Henderson has brought for Liverpool in leading all the players?
Yeah, and that's where it becomes complicated, and that's why everybody will have their own view on it. And I think with Jordan Henderson, it's the full package, isn't it? It's performances, you get consistency in performance without being 10 out of 10 every week. It's a consistency, right? Leadership skills have obviously been shown over the last 18 months how good he is. A big job to take on as Steven Gerrard, one of the best players Liverpool have ever had. He's taking on, people doubted him, but he's proved to be a fantastic leader for Liverpool. Lifting the Champions League, the Club World Cup, and now the Premier League. It's fantastic, and he'll go down in the history of Liverpool football, wouldn't he? I mean, absolute legend. And what he's achieved, not as talented as a footballer as some of the biggest names they've ever had, but the captain when they lift the Premier League for the first time in 30 years. So I get why he's been mentioned. Would it bother me if he won it? No. But I think if you're going to be really honest about it, the best player for me, not your opinion, your opinion is different to me, has been Kevin De Bruyne. But I believe the Liverpool player should win it. I know they've got the season they've had, and they're winning the title, so
let's hear from Jurgen Klopp talking about his captain, Jordan Henderson.
Absolutely deserved. Yes, there are other players who play the exceptional season 100%. But if you want to have, again, a guy who really find where he is now and became, just absolutely deserved, was the best player in the league, and this year everybody acknowledged that, and I'm really happy about that, and it's so well deserved, and I'm really happy for him and really proud of him because he's an exceptional player.
You see, this is where it gets interesting because Henderson was missing for Liverpool's first Premier League defeat of the season. Their only defeats before securing the title, that 3-0 at Watford. He wasn't playing in the game. So what he brings for me is immeasurable. Let me explain that. It involves attitude, it involves setting an example, talent, hard work, determination, leadership. His contribution off the field during lockdown showed not just Liverpool players respecting him, but all players in the Premier League respect him, and you can't underestimate that. There's no expected influence that is there. I think some people are a little bit lost in measuring just how good Jordan Henderson is. All we've got to do is watch the game and watch him and watch everything that goes on around him. But for me, the leader of the leaders, and Klopp said, at the top level, you have to fight every single game. Now, Henderson did that. And I don't want to do De Bruyne down because I wrote a poem about him, didn't I? I think he's absolutely magical at times. But at times, even though sensational, there are other times when he had no impact on the result. He's been involved in 6 City defeats this season. Jordan Henderson was involved in no defeats for Liverpool before they lifted the title.
Yeah, I know that, but that comes down to team performance, doesn't it? I ain't getting into those battles there, I really do. A team performance for Liverpool, any one of them could have won it. Let's be honest, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Henderson, Ronaldo's been fantastic this season, Mane. I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me, any one of them would have won it, because they've all been outstanding. Yes, he's been the leader of that team, and I do believe he should be a Liverpool player. But just because Manchester City have lost again out, one individual has been absolutely outstanding. He really has.
It's got to be Fabian Heller.
So he's going to be in there. But surely as a player, I think it's one of what you'd like to win.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think De Bruyne, given over the years, I'm looking at thinking how he's not won it. And I'd love to see
well, then still not getting in teams
exactly. With Kevin De Bruyne, you're in, yes, you're brilliant, and he has been brilliant. But you're in a team that has lost a lot of games this season, 18 points behind Liverpool.
But he's still been outstanding.
Hold on.
In a team that has lost those games.
Hold on. Has he been that outstanding compared to the outstanding performances of so many players at Liverpool? Can we really say that? When he's been on the pitch for 6 of their defeats, and he hasn't impacted the game positively. When Liverpool have gone and won the title, losing one game in which Henderson wasn't even playing. So, I don't know.
I don't know what the way. Liverpool as a team, every one of us, there's only one Manchester City player who will be in the top 5.
So what are you off to?
This is where it gets complicated, because how come De Bruyne's assists are more important than Sterling's goals? I don't get it.
Yeah.
19 assists, 19 goals.
But more important that with Liverpool, you could have easily 4 of the top 5 in it. Yeah. So I think as a team, Liverpool have been absolutely outstanding. And if it goes down to it, the leader is Henderson, and he's got the Football Writers Award, and it didn't shock me. I didn't really go as well as think, oh, how did he get that? I thought, yeah, well deserved. For everything he's done, he talks about things he did off the field during lockdown. It was Rashford, what he did. I still can't get over what Rashford did during lockdown and the money they've raised to help the homeless and stuff like that. But Jordan Henderson, the Players Together initiative, was an outstanding thing to do for the NHS in needed times, and he stood up as a leader. He stood up as a leader and did it. And this award, as you have said, is for on the field and off the field. So there was only really, for me, 2 people. It was 2 people. That's Rashford and Henderson.
It is Drive on Soul Sport with Adrian Durham and Darren Goff at checkertrade.com. Let's catch up with the cricket. The third test on
134 for 4 England. This is a crucial...
134 for 4? Blimey, I thought it would have been a bit more than that.
But also in regards to the career of Josh Butler. He's still there, 3 from 26. Olive Pope 26 from 59. England losing big wickets throughout the day after being inserted into that under overcast conditions. As an aerial drive from Olive Pope flies to the third man boundary, so he moves to 30. There's so much pressure on Butler coming into this series. He hasn't really done it with the bat so far. Selfless in the way he went about the West Indies bowling in second dig at in the second test match. But all eyes on him and England. If they can get through to stumps, with Butler and Pope contributing, they're going to be in a fine position. 134 for 4.
Drive on Talk Sport with Checker Trade. Need help sorting out that DIY job that didn't go to plan? Checker Trade is here to help. Checker Trade! CheckerTrade.com!
Give yourself a Diet Coke break.
Will you explore an island like no other? Get your heart racing. Or just watch, because you're not as brave as your mates. Then grab 2 free tickets to Thorpe Park Resort, worth £100, and pick your date when you collect 7 codes inside the Sun. Pick up the Sun this Saturday. T supply.
At the Halifax,
Let me take
we
this moment
understand
to tell
that
you that
life
what you're
returns to
about to do
normal.
is
It's a
absolutely
little bit different for everyone. You might feel good being out and about again.
Those blades work.
Or maybe you still feel safer being at home. Perhaps it's even a good time to consider moving. Right now, what matters is being wherever you feel most comfortable. And wherever that is, the Halifax are here to help. Online, on our app, over the phone, or in branch.
Terms, conditions and restrictions apply. 30 seconds to go. Now, palms against your chest. There's still time for one more. And it is the 8th corner of the match. And the final match prediction just came in. Connect 4. Predict 4 match stats. Win £50. Place the free at coral.co.uk for the passion of the bet. Coral Football. 80 plus online and in shop using valid coupon and Connect card.
This is too much for us,
No, we're still on the rail travel bridge. We're after the bridge of the damned. The dead use it to cross into their permanent home. The city of Hellmouth. Risky for the lines of mission. He's the one we want. Just follow this bridge. Should lead us straight to it.
Squeeze out every last drop of sunshine.
I really hope never to see this place again.
Find sources. Squeeze the most out of summer. False information about coronavirus being spread everywhere. Popping up here, being shared there. Reaching and tricking more people with every share. They don't even understand the harm it can cause.
False information can be hard to spot. Make sure you know what you're sharing. Don't feed the beast. Visit sharechecklist.gov.uk. Stay alert. Control the virus. Save lives. It's time to look forward to that first dip in the pool. To get to what really matters. And to someone else doing the cooking for a change. Look forward to a warm sea breeze against your skin. To care
Use the fire of your blades to burn away that hell of ground and block in the path.
from the second you left. Welcome back to looking forward. Welcome back to tea. Discover your smile. Well protected.
Driven to the limit. Power steering. Sport.
If somebody say just please.
It's the middle.
Many reasons we went back to those blades.
Thank you, my man. Sunday afternoon, live Premier League football, Chelsea versus Wolves. Kick-off 4 p.m. on Talk Sport 2, now on DAB+. On TalkSport Breakfast this morning, the legends that is down Brazil's finest book pen paper to write a full and up-to-date autobiography. Made that time in lockdown, hasn't it? Yes. It's called Only Here for a Visit, covers everything from his childhood in Glasgow to his playing and very colourful broadcast career. It includes new and untold stories throughout the worry, brings all of his antics and scrapes right up to the present day. I bet they're not all in there, are they? Only Here for a Visit by Aaron Brazil, published October the 29th, available in hardback, ebook and audio book. Reserve your copy now at any good book retailer. This is a Daily Madness,
The
isn't
gate
it?
must be closed. Everything gates closed in its queue. Well, it's full. Without the Valkyrie to sort and kill
Well,
them,
it's open up.
well,
It's not a Madness original, so I'm not particularly impressed with it. It's a good book, I would say. A good one. What are the better ones? Did we did House of Fun or not? We've not done House of Fun, so they're only number 1. We didn't do that one, no? How did you miss that? this is a great one, yeah. You don't like it? It's a madman. Wings of the Ghost, got number 2, that's my personal favourite. We haven't done that either. No? Okay. What about My Girl? Probably a better love song than It Must Be Love. Anyway, let's move on. We do need to have some sort of influence over this.
I'm so fun. Come of age. Welcome to the
Very, very good band. We're going to take some of your calls shortly, but first let's hear from Jordan Henderson himself. He was speaking to Darren Bent on Talk Sports 2.
What a last couple of seasons has been for you, but especially this one, as you said, Football Writers Association Player of the Year, Premier League now winning captain. It's got a nice ring to it. Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's too bad, I suppose. I mean, the Football Writers Award, obviously, I'm very honoured to win that. I'm very proud, but at the same time, I wouldn't be able to accept this on my own, you know. It's for the team. I think everybody recognises what we've achieved together as a team over the past year. I think any one of our squad could have won this award. So for me to receive it on behalf of the squad, on behalf of the team, means a lot to me.
Me personally, as long as when you got here, I was viewed as a captain and amazing because even though when I was under the time and maybe I was the main man scoring a goal, if I wasn't pulling my weight, he'd still give me a rollicking. Do you know what I mean? So it was like,
Thank you.
the team you obviously did the Premier League trophy now, I mean, was it a bit strange there being no fans in there, or was it still still content?
It was different, of course, you know. It was probably the only disappointment of the night that the fans weren't there, because obviously they deserved to be there. We wouldn't be where we are today without them, so it was tough for them not to be there. But we made the best of the situation. It was still a really special and unbelievable moment for the lads, and we just look forward to when the fans were there back in the stadium and we're excited to catch the chairs. We'll get half that moment together because the fans deserve it.
And what's extra special as well, I mean, listen, the guy that absolutely believed, you know, signed you from Sunderland, took you to Liverpool, knew that he was built for this stage, he was the one who handed you, Sir Kenny Dalglish handed you the Premier League trophy, and then that was that.
The opposite in fact. The Lake of Souls feels faster than Alpine time, but Hell is much slower than Midgard. Sorry, I'm sure that's confusing.
Reporting back to my son over soon. It's good.
You a good study.
To receive the Premier League trophy of him before we lifted it was really special in the moment that I'll always remember.
Yeah, good stuff from Darren Bent with Jordan Henderson earlier on Talk Sports 2. Really good stuff.
I especially like the bit where I was the mid by the Suns and then you still get your I did put that
You give me a roll again.
I was a mid man, you still get a roll in his draft.
Sunderland fans, was Darren Bent really the main man? Yes, but that's just an easy. Gary's a Man United fan. Let's talk about it. How you doing, Gary?
I'm very well, sir.
Yeah, good to have you.
In 1999, who won the PFA and the Footballer of the Year? Do you remember?
I actually looked this up the other day. It was David Ginola, which it absolutely amazed me. An incredible decision, but yeah.
You got a fair play to United, got Roy Keane. I'm obviously United, but I've no problem with Ginola winning. He was a fantastic player.
He was, but when you've got the only thing United in the Premier League that season, I think they won it with what, 75 points, which is an incredibly low number. So you can't decry what United did that season. But if you're looking at an individual player, I don't know. I mean, you can't compare that United Premier League winning team with this Liverpool Premier League winning team.
Again, it was the team. It was the team that was. That's what I'm trying to say. An individual actually that year won it.
Yeah. John's a City fan. How do you feel about it, John?
I think it's disgraceful, I'm being honest with you. I'll nail this in one.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, John. When you say it's disgraceful that the captain of the champions by miles has won the Player of the Year, is it really disgraceful?
Yes, disgraceful, because Kevin De Bruyne will get in any team in the world. After Jordan Henderson can't even get in the England team, Kevin De Bruyne is far and away the best standout player this season. I don't care if it's been in our team if we've lost half a dozen games. It doesn't really matter. It's not down to the performances of Kevin De Bruyne why we've lost the games.
Well, he could have impacted those games, John.
He's been on the field in them games, yeah, I give you that. But he's been far and away the better. He's out of bound, arguably, the best midfield player in the world.
I'm with you, John. I'm with you. I can understand Manchester City fans being upset with it. I'm sure Kevin De Bruyne's upset with it a little bit. But I can't begrudge Henderson the trophy because of everything he's achieved this year and everything he's done on and off the field. I can't begrudge him.
No, it's certainly not disgraceful there.
No, it's not disgraceful.
I mean, that's a little, you're giving yourself away a little bit there, John. What I think City fans are upset. Raheem Sterling won it last year, but before that, City got 200 points and Mo Salah won it. And I was bewildered. I was at the event thinking, how on earth has this happened? You know, again, you don't want to do a player down because he's done really well. Salah had a great season. De Bruyne at times has been outstanding. He's taking your breath away. There's no doubt about that. But let's just face the facts here. Even with him in the team, City are 18 points behind Liverpool. He has been involved in the 6 defeats. It could have impacted those games. He was part of the team. He was on the pitch for a lot of the game against Norwich where they lost 3-2. And that for me was one of the big turning points of the season. That really gave Liverpool belief. And I just wonder, how can any City player get it ahead of a Liverpool team that's full of players who excelled in their position? I know Liverpool are a better team. You can't tell me that Jordan Henderson has ticked every single box. In terms of the questions asked of him, on and off the field, leading that group of players, he's ticked every single box. De Bruyne hasn't ticked every single box.
And he's lifted 2 trophies.
Yeah. For me, I can't see a problem. It's certainly not disgraceful. The Jordan Henderson
Only the
is
worthy debut there. The
Strong
Warriors who died.
See, thanks for you, eh?
Hell,
What a disgrace.
With Checkers Race, get your job done safely.
and those dead of disease. Listen, age.
This is the sound of confidence being made in the British Army.
Too late to go out fighting, I suppose.
Did you catch that? Here beyond the market. In the local direction. To that, right there. The sound of footsteps as a soldier fills the boots they never thought they'd fill. The sound of confidence that lasts a lifetime being made. Recruiting now and always. Search army jobs.
Eyelids like twins. Eyelashes like spinning nettles.
I don't expect it will.
But not to
Suppose
say.
it will make things any worse either. There'll be one less obstacle for the living to reach the inner sanctum of life.
Just 1 or 2 drops.
You'd be mad enough to
Up to
go
4
there.
times a day. Help keep red, sore, watery, itchy eyes at bay. Opticron is available from supermarkets and pharmacies. Contains sodium chromoglycate. Always read the label. Symptoms have been dramatized for effect. Disney Plus invites you to test your Disney and Pixar knowledge. See how many of these iconic movies you can name.
Oh, it's Betty and beyond.
We're on the brink of an adventure that keeps swimming. Even miracles take a little time.
Some people are worth knocking for. Whatever your school, now you can witness those moments and discover many more with all the best Disney and Pixar movies. All yours for only $5.99 a month. Movies and more now streaming. Disney Plus, 18 Plus subscription required.
Bridge of the Damned.
Here's the key to
Making sure the dead are really dead.
What is that networks?
That totem contains a powerful source of magical energy, the very power of hellline itself.
Now, just 99p. Unbelievable.
Just take it and we can leave.
Start
some trouble.
Discount
You can do that, right?
Football Index is football betting. You can buy and sell the world's top players. Their value may go up and down, but it's not over with the final whistle like a regular bet. You get to stay in the game. Trade up to £500 for 7 days, and if you don't
Oh, you nick your wings.
Take your bet showing your portfolio today at footballindex.co.uk or download the app now. New customer donation and conditions apply. Gamble responsibly.
unpack every sizzling second of the latest Premier League action with What Is Hot or Not on TalkSport with Google Nest. Listen to hosting events every Monday afternoon from 1 as they're joined by the legendary John Lawson with his pick of the weekend's pivotal performances. Who's on fire? And who's leading the fans cold? What Is Hot or Not on TalkSport with Google Nest. In the trade, help your business grow with Google Nest Learning Thermostat. Visit g.co/nest/pro.
First of all, Lucas Moura is among his guests. We'll have everything covered on the final day of the Premier League season Sunday afternoon across the TalkSport network on TalkSport exclusive commentary with Leicester Man United, on TalkSport 2 exclusive commentary of Chelsea Wolves, and we'll have 5 commentaries available on the TalkSport app. Still come on drive, we'll hear from the Palace manager, Roy Hodgson next, but let's get the news first of all on Media Club.
The wife of PC Andrew Harper says she's shocked by a jury's decision to clear 3 teenagers of his murder. The men aged between 18 and 19 have been convicted of manslaughter after the officer was killed.
Oh, there is little minions.
Prime Minister warned that we can expect coronavirus to be with us until halfway through next year. Boris Johnson also described so-called anti-vaxxers as nuts while visiting a hospital in East London. He announced plans to expand the food stamp programme in England. A trade covering has become compulsory in shops in England today. Retailers and police are arguing they are who's responsible for enforcing the rules. Last week, the Health Secretary said it would be up to both of them to make sure customers wear the mask. The officer was able to hand out £100 fines.
Sticky wicket.
Good afternoon, I'm Toby Gillett. England are 161-4 on day 1 of the first anti-crisis test with West Indies at Old Trafford. Jordan Henderson says he can't thank Jurgen Klopp enough for developing him into the player he's become. It's after the Liverpool captain won the Football Writers Player of the Year award.
Missed.
Start the 2020-21 season on September the 12th and finishes on May the 23rd. The EFL is beginning its league campaigns on the same day, but finishing 2 weekends earlier. And Wigan's administrators say talks with their preferred buyer slowed him down, and they hope for progress with their second choice this weekend.
He was a young lad from the east end of Glasgow, whose talent lit up the world of football. The Celtic, Liverpool and Scotland legends, who rose to become King of the Kop and King of Scotland. He is Sir Kenny Dalglish. And tomorrow afternoon from 1, actor and Liverpool superfan Stephen Graham shines a light on the extraordinary life of Kenny Dalglish, with insight from his former coaches, teammates and the people who know him best. The King, a tribute to Kenny Dalglish. Tomorrow afternoon from 1, exclusively on TalkSport.
Right now it's time to hear what happened earlier on today when Toffee caught up with another football friend, Crystal Palace manager Roy Hodgson.
I mean, 14 with 1 game to go.
Well, it was going really before we got the players and we've had the problems initially. We found it hard to play these more short space of time with the sport that we found and really practice so badly on the result. So, unfortunately, like in one of us, we don't come your feet in. There's no way around that. But globally, if you push that to one side, we should be satisfied really when we've got through as we have done. We had a season for the first round of 2 seasons, we haven't really been trying at the end of the season. Strong and we've had that person really better. That's never been a factor since the 2010 So I think it's a really good time for us to really make a sensible assessment of what sort of season was that. But the one thing it most definitely has done is highlighted this period of time where, with an ageing squad and a small squad, which finds it very difficult to deal with injury situations, we're going to have to do this summer to make certain the squad is repaired, and also areas where we've known there's always been an area of weakness, i.e. in the forward area. Do something about that because we don't have the wherewithal within the squad to deal with it as we've been showing.
Yeah, you're right actually, because Crystal Palace were having a great season. I mean, I know sometimes the media and the supporters can be a bit pushy. We always want teams to be better, but you were having a fantastic season. You were going for that record of 49 points, which would have been great for Crystal Palace, and a top 10 finish. But as having a small squad and an aging squad gone against you, because as I said, some of those games, these last 7 you've lost, Roy, you've actually played well in some of the games and ended up losing. Has it been difficult, and has it benefited the bigger clubs having those 5 substitutes?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, we always knew that our squad was going to struggle to some extent. Getting injuries was the last thing we wanted, and we also knew that the five subs was
was going to benefit those with a much stronger base. So that's a fact of life, and I'm pleased in a way though that we went along with that. I think in terms of the competition, 5 subs was reasonable when you're playing so many matches, and you didn't need to use the substitutes in these matches. We've been using our subs, albeit we haven't maybe had so many top quality guys to take their places. I think that what we've done this season really is as much cups as we could have done. And you're quite right. In some of these games, we've come across our programmes obviously easier in the first 29 games. We seem to have played all the top teams back to back here now in these last 9, so that was never going to be easy anyway. I think what it's highlighting for us is the fact that, you know, we've always known where the gaps are, where the areas that need strengthening are, and where it's needed. I suppose these games have come highlighted that. And I'm just sorry, I think, at least I feel sorry for the players, I believe that they've actually done
His father was Zeus.
They haven't lost the game.
Thanks a lot.
Haven't tried hard enough to work hard.
What is that place? Never go there.
Go there.
You were disappointed after the Wolves game, and rightly so. Full time here, it's finished Wolves 2, Crystal Palace 0. Wolves go 6th in the Premier League. They've inflicted a 7th straight defeat on Crystal Palace. Again, no goals tonight for Palace. They dominate twice in the last 630 minutes of Premier League football. I mean, that's one game where you did actually lose your temper and give the players the telling off they probably deserved. No, far from it. I mean, that's been the one press conference is quite good now. I mean, the people are always very pleasant and that. But the one time where I really have lost my temper is with the broadcasting company, because that's so wrong what they do. Let's forget the moral aspect of should they be filming. But to suggest that I was actually berating the players, and I was actually doing the exact opposite. That's the worst part. I was actually telling them they've got to get their heads up, that they've got nothing to be ashamed about in the performance. I've actually played extremely well for large parts of the game. We've gone out for incredible second goal and striker.
Real quick, give me your blades.
Real quick, give me your blades.
Why? So I
said I'd help you, and I aim to. Come on.
What did you think? And I say, no, we did well, you know, the lads did
My
fine.
equipment's
So
in
I go home to find out
Be right back.
on the television,
Yeah.
they're saying that I'm
Don't suppose he
debating the
nicknames,
West.
do you?
So I'm very happy to
Now they're ready for the winds of hell.
because that's the one time
Target this magical glowing figure with your blades and throw.
I actually felt a bit annoyed at something so unjust couldn't come to pass. Rightly so. I mean, on the goal scoring problems, you mentioned the problems you've had at Crystal Palace this year, and it must be frustrating. But one player who's stood up for you this year, he's been excellent at times, is Jordan Ayew. Taking it short to
I sometimes wonder if there was once some sort of accident in his brain.
He scored, I think, 9 goals, isn't it, Roy? He's been outstanding, his work rate, he's got in and out of the box, and he's tried to score as many goals as he possibly can, and he's had a good season for it. In the last few games, I think he's suffering a little bit as well. You know, he's had no rest, he plays 90 minutes of every game. We don't have the luxury of giving him a break, and I think the last 3 or 4 games, he's found it hard. It's a situation with him. He shouldn't be judged over these last 3, 4, 5 games. We should see how what he's done since he started in August. And I totally agree with you. I think he's been absolutely excellent. I think he's improved a lot of his player. And the one thing when he was with us, not this season, the last season, he played a lot of games, but he couldn't seem to score any goals that season. This year he's added goals to his game, and as a forward, that's something you've got to do. So I'm hoping he'll take that into the next season and get even stronger. With the games coming so quick, Roy, and it's been difficult for all the clubs having to play all these fixtures, although it's been satisfying for us, the fans, to watch the football and give us something to focus on. How long of a break will you get ahead of next season? Probably only 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. I think for some teams it will be even harder for them to give the players their quality mandatory freedom. And I think that's what we're expecting to give players 3 weeks. But I think there'll be teams involved in
look out for play out competitions, you know, teams that play in the Champions League, those things, they might play even hard to get there for 3 weeks. I think we can just about squeeze in a 3 week break, manage to go to the COVID testing, the vaccine started it, and then we'll have 4 weeks. And I think that's fine. I think I'm more concerned really about the short rest period, or whatever you want to call it, holiday period, going about 4 week preparation again. So I think with the players have done so much for so long now that I don't think they'll lose an awful lot of fitness. 4 weeks will get us back to the level of fitness. There's a big question whether 3 weeks is going to be enough for teams like the top of the league who are preparing for European football. They might not even get that. I would fear for them.
Final question, Roy, and just a quick one on Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson grips the Premier League trophy. He stands towards his players, his first effort, and he thrusts the trophy, the Premier League trophy, into the air. A player you know really well and managed him. Football Writers Player of the Year. Deserved?
Absolutely. I'm delighted for him. And I'm certain there are still reasons why he's been voted, but for me, I'd like him to be voted purely on the
Sorry,
fact
brother, I'm still stuffing what I had back there. This was your father.
Not now. You should focus on getting out of hell.
And with that, I cannot argue. Just contemplate that little nugget in silence there.
In the build-up to this mini season that we've just experienced, and also in the Black Lives Matter, that for me is now exposed, if you like, to another feather to put in the cap. But I think he should really have been voted that Football Writers Player of the Year even without those feathers, because I think his football performances have merited that. So I congratulate him heartily. He's really great guy to work with, and I'm really pleased to see him honoured in this way.
Thanks very much for your time, Roy. Good luck against Spurs.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Alex Spurs is live on the TalkSport app on Sunday. It's amazing, isn't it? His team have lost 7 in a row. They can't score a goal, but he's going to so bright and cheerful because he's talking to you.
Yeah.
That's what you think,
Invested people.
It's the coffee impact. Good luck. Good luck against Spurs. Against your team. No. They bombed your failure, so if we can win the appearance, that's first. Palace Spurs live on the app on Sunday.
I tell you what though, throughout that interview, many times he mentioned that he needs fresh players into the team.
Clear message from the board.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I mean, my concern is that Crystal Palace fans concern might be that there might be one player who kind of wants to win something to heart, who might have to be sacrificed as get the best what they can. And it won't be as much as last season, by the way.
We scored 1 in 20.
4 goals, and how many assists when we're talking about assists. So they might have to tell him to get other players in, but if his values drop that much,
Deadly Wars.
they might not want to sell it. They might not sell it.
Could be tricky. Palace against Spurs this Sunday live on the app. Let's catch up with the golf British Masters, Rupert Bell.
Yep, the third round coming towards its conclusion, and there's a try at the top of 15 under par. Pretty benign conditions here at Close Paris for this third round of the Betfred British Masters. Justin Harding and Ronaldo Paratori are leading the way at 15 under, 5 under round for Harding, 4 under for the Italian so far in the right there, 1 clear of the Dane Rasmus Heidegard, and leader at the clubhouse is Sam Horsfield after his course record scoring 61 left him at 12 under par.
And England have been spectacularly lucky in the last 10-15 minutes or so in the third test. John Norman.
Well, they have, yes, but they've also seized on their opportunity. They've moved to 173 for 4.
Hey.
And Ollie Pope, what a talent he is. He's just reached his 4th test 50. Smashing a drive through the wicket to go past 50. But yes, lucky, because there was a big touch ball against Tanner Gabriel a couple of overs ago, which, if not for the brilliance of Roston Chase, have just missed out on clawing the catch down. Couldn't have passed Diggins apart for 30. At the other end, all eyes really on Josh Butler. 12 from 44. What worries me with Butler is, unlike Pope, because West Indies are bowling very well. Pope can rotate the strike. He is a quality batsman and also thinks on a bad ball. Butler just seems to be treading water. He doesn't know whether to stick or twist, and this has been a problem for him throughout his career. He's scored 12 runs, 8 of those have come from 2 scoring shots. He's eaten up time, just needs to stick around, but it's rotating the strike, just getting a bit of confidence back. In with him, but they've got Pope, who looks in good form. 173 for 4.
Live on TalkSport with Checker Trade. Trade demand is back with over 2 million website visits a month from customers looking for great trades.
Checkertrade.com. Picture this. Small businesses on eBay are plowing on box testers to rolling coffee kettle, instrument kit, art for walls,
Treats to pets. Shorts for sunny weekends.
to brighten that point from each home at a time.
Thousands of small businesses on eBay are keep the nation going. They are individually brilliant, stronger as one. Buy, sell, eBay. Nissan's Rupert factory is building cars again, and we're ready to get Britain moving. That's why this summer, selected Nissan models come with a 3-month payment holiday, plus free roadside assistance, all at only 0% APR representative. We've built the cars, we've built the offers. Now it's time to get you back in the driving seat. See how we can help you at nissan.co.uk/payment holiday. And together, let's move beyond. PCP Nissan Finance. Order register by 30th September 2020. Participating dealers only. Nissan. Innovation that is fun.
Hi, I'm an anthropology, the mobile network that gives you endless social media without even a data. Plus there's no contract, you can cancel any time. Get endless social media plus 6 gigs for just £10 a month. What? Don't just sit there twiddling your thumbs. Get your SIM today at foxy.co.uk. Foxy, stay connected, stay endless.
Voice and video calls excluded from endless social apps. Some general data required. 30-day rolling plan. 25 gig rolling plan use in terms of this is the moment. A new start. Now the UK has left the EU. Time for us to get going. To seize new opportunities as we transition to our new relationship.
Get moving.
It's on our hands now.
So we've got to get started.
Truck drivers, tech entrepreneurs,
Engineers,
fishermen,
farmers, lawyers, makers, holiday makers,
creators,
Candlestick makers,
small business, traveling to business.
we all need to plan ahead. Check the guidance, make decisions, and let's get going.
Sign up now at gov.uk/transition and check, change, go for the UK's new start.
Hey big man, it's your Hunt speaking. Look, there are lots of things that get me excited, like favourites on form, underdogs fighting back, or pundits proved wrong, but nothing grabs me like Betway's 4 to score. Just pick the first 4 players to score and select your games every week. Finally, my raw talents put to the test. It's Hunt time. Heed your hunch with Betway's 4 to score. It's free to play for a chance to win 25 grand this week. UK and Ireland customers only. Selection must be dismissed before kicking with the first eligible match. Where there's more than one winner, main prize will be divided. Full terms apply. 18 plus. The gamble level.
Traffic and travel on TalkSport with Switzerland Insurance. We'll help you find the right cover for your car, home, bike, van, taxi and business. Visit Switzerland.co.uk. After delays eastbound, the London-bound carriageway has 2 lanes shut after a collision that happened between Field at Junction 12 and Junction 11 for Reading and the A33. And for the M3 is flown southbound. There's still a lane closed there for emergency repairs after a collision earlier between Basingstoke at Junction 6 and Junction 7 at Basingstoke South, and at Bristol the M5 northbound slow after a collision near Junction 18, the M49. I'm Adam Moore.
At Morrison's, we're cutting prices on the things you buy every week. Like our stone-baked pizzas freshly prepared in store. Pick up a 10-inch pizza for the new lower price of £2.50, or a 14-inch pizza for the new lower price of £3.50. Choose them 4 toppings of your choice and we'll make it fresh for you. Morrison's, making it cost less. Majority store subject for availability. Excludes online. 10-inch was £3, 14-inch was £4.
TalkSport. Play on TalkSport.
Nissan commercial vehicle. Built to deliver. Let's have a look at which
players and managers have their eye on for this weekend's Premier League action, the final weekend of the Premier League, all thanks to Nissan Commercial Vehicles. I'm going to start with a relatively new West Ham United player. The manager of West Ham, David Moyes, has been singing the praises of Thomas Tuchel.
Well, the back of the second one, he's got a very difficult capability. He's got some really good moves for us in the period. He scored against Chelsea, he scored against Watford, he scored a goal there. So he's got a really important goals recently. I think one of the problems with a feeling in January, I mean, you know, we were talking about the need of a midfield player, you know, somebody else who can connect on the map more. Obviously, I think Thomas has been a really good for them.
Well, they did do good business after David Moyes arrived in January. Jared Bowen arrived, and I think he's had an impact. Thomas Tuchel, it's like they finally replaced Frank Lampard, goal-scoring midfielder. I think he's almost under the radar, but he's been terrific in the last few weeks. Won the Big 6 for West Ham, they've won 3 of those. Very much out of danger. I mean, we did Jared Bowen, didn't we? Interviewed Michael Antonio, Aaron Cresswell as well. All 3 of them said that West Ham will be safe well before the last day of the season. Absolutely correct in that. And part of it is down to Suchek. I think he's been a terrific signing, really good for the team. It's interesting that David Moyes say he's a really good lad as well, because that's what they need as well. Somebody who's really good for the job. Yeah, it's fantastic argument there whatsoever. Well, Stuart Pearce has been speaking to Steve Bruce for TalkSport and asked him how good he thinks Alan St-Maximin can be.
He could be anything he wants. Now, of course, he's got that little bit of a maverick in him, and when you've got something like that, then it tests your management day in and day out, because of the way he is. But he does things which are just, wow, incredible.
Oh, I might have broached it.
He's there for everybody.
We use that.
He's there for everybody. He's there for everybody. You know, he's that sort of type. But if he stays with us, he keeps progressing. He's only 23.
If he stays with it, or if he stays with it. That would be the question. He has been outstanding for Newcastle. We talked about him numerous times here on Drive. I'm so excited for him. I'm so excited for the fans, but they're going to eventually have a player they can cheer about. He's that exciting. I hope he does stay at Newcastle, but there'll be some big clubs on the hunt.
I wonder if Steve Bruce is just throwing in there where he's late for the bus, he's late for this, he's late for that side. Is he just trying to put potential buyers off? You can't imagine a Pep Guardiola having that, can you?
Well, you wouldn't. There wouldn't. If it's certain managers, it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, Steve lets it go because he needs him in his side.
He is young, 3 goals, 4 assists for St-Maximin this season. He has been a shining light for Newcastle, no doubt about it. I was a look at the players to watch for this weekend's Premier League action, all thanks to Nissan Commercial Vehicles, built to deliver.
Player mix on TalkSport.
Nissan Commercial Vehicles, built to deliver. Drive on TalkSport. David Connolly joins us after 5 when we look ahead to the final round of games of the Premier League season. But right now it's time for this.
The Checker Trade Checklist and Drive on TalkSport with Checker Trade. Looking for a trade you can trust.
This is the checkertrade.com checklist where we pick out the must-see sport on the weekend. We checked it out so you don't have to, and we've got 3 sporting events on the way. Coffee, kick us off.
Well, for mine, I'm going to look ahead to the end of the British Masters. It's on now. We're watching it as we speak, but the final round will be tomorrow, of course. Lee Westwood is hosting the event at Close House. What a fantastic venue, by the way. Yes, I've played there numerous times and stayed there. It's on the wish list again to go after this lockdown. But only just creating the final 2 rounds did Lee with a score of 1 under par, which was 10 shots behind leader Renato Paratore, and he's still in the lead. He's share of the lead at the moment, but he's just finished short on the 17th. But it's a fantastic event, and I've enjoyed watching it.
When you say it's a good course, does that mean it's easy?
Oh, it's not easy at all. What do you think the weather's like up there, mate? The wind, as you can see, so it starts quite low and then it goes, raises, and it gets harder as you go around.
Fantastic. I've been
2 courses there, by the way.
Yeah.
The 2 courses there. It's on the Coles course.
I'm looking ahead to French Cup final tonight between Paris Saint-Germain and Saint-Etienne. It should involve William Saliba, who Arsenal signed from Saint-Etienne for 27 million last summer. They loaned him back. Arsenal refused to extend his loan to cover the cup final as the 2 clubs weren't able to agree on a clear training plan for the 19-year-old. It's more interesting for me from a PSG point of view because obviously a lot of people, given their run through to the final of the Champions League that we now know, it's all been mapped out, everybody's thinking this is PSG's big chance. So let's just see how they've been. There's been no league football in France, of course. Premier League clubs have returned, and elsewhere they returned in Germany and Spain, but not in France. They closed down the season, so PSG might be a little bit rusty. Little run out for them tonight, just a French Cup final to win. The one we're both looking forward to is the culmination of the third and final test between England and the Windies. It's 1-1, England 188+4 on day one. They've got a little bit lucky, but what John Norman was saying about Ollie Pope is spot on. He's doing well.
Mate, fantastic player. Technically, he's one of the best young players out there. Rating really highly. I haven't seen him this winter over in New Zealand and watching him play, watching him develop, watching him train. He deserves his place in the side. He's gone up one during this game because the place fell to the batter because he's not going to be fit for the ball. But this is a battle. It's a fun test match. I know weather's going to be about this weekend, but it's a great test match to watch. 188 for 4 can go anyway. Butler needs the score. He's 18 knocked out. And I'm looking forward to the outcome. Hopefully an England win.
We shall see 188 for 4 as we speak. Of course, there's Premier League on Sunday, which we're about to get stuck into. That's your checkthetrade.com checklist for this week. Join us next Friday as we look ahead to another weekend of sporting action. We've checked it out, so you don't have to.
Check a Trade checklist and drive on TalkSport with Check a Trade. Looking for a trade you can trust. Checkatrade.com. Drive on TalkSport with Check a Trade. For tradespeople who want more work, claim your free full membership for the next 2 months. Checkatrade.com.
I thought I'd never see you again. I missed how you made me feel. The excitement you brought me. I never stopped loving you.
Did you just say something, mate?
Oh, just looking at the Premier League fixtures like...
Hamptons makes the heart grow fonder, so it's never been a better time to be a football fan. Celebrate with the Acca Cracker from Paddy Power. It covers all games on all markets, and if one leg falls, you get a free bet. Paddy Power.
Maxi bet £10, minimum odds of 1 to 5 odds for each leg. You can see the play and trusty cover.
This is for everyone looking forward to just driving. To the coast or the country. With bikes on the roof or a picnic basket in the boot. Happy, knowing that your first 3 months in your new Audi are already paid for. Because when you finance an Audi now at 5.5% APR representative, we'll cover your first 3 monthly payments. Available now across the range and on top of other offers. Audi, Vorsprung Technic. Solutions personal contract plan. Ordered by 30th of September and delivered by 31st of December. Minimum 46 months agreement only. Excludes RS, R8, each one and third one. Indemnities may be required. Audi Financial Services. Visit audi.co.uk. Listen to Raj go. Polyrhythm, paradiddle. A drum solo so epic. He nearly forgot his mom's birthday back in Delhi. Good thing Raj has Western Union on his phone. You can send money quickly online.
Now then,
Download the app
before
today.
Modi
The service is provided
interrupted
by
us,
Western Union.
we're just about to explore Tears Vault.
Will you explore an island like no other? Get your heart racing. Or just watch.
Sure you do,
If you're not
lad.
as brave as you
Need a
may.
boat.
Then grab 2 free tickets to Thorpe
I don't know, I can
Resort
see
worth
about
£100 and pick your date when you collect 7 codes inside the Sun. Pick up the Sun this Saturday. T's and C's apply.
What is back and lazy? Backing is a traditional bet like betting that the action hero will save the day. But on the Betfair exchange you can lay a bet, which is betting on the same thing not happening and taking money from those who think it won't. Why not give it a try? The Betfair exchange.
T's and C's apply. Exchange basic package. Customers pay 2% commission. Other charges may apply. 18 plus. Begambleaware.org.
White and Sawyer on TalkSport with Wix Trade Pro. News-breaking, goal-scanning, mid-morning football talk with hard-hitting comments, discursive debates, total chat, a galaxy of big-name guests. Bigger, better, brighter, sweeter. Weekday mornings from 10 on TalkSport with Wix Trade Pro. It's always 10% cheaper with Wix Trade Pro.
Relegation to sort out and 10 Premier League games to look forward to as well as the playoffs. David joins us in a moment to look forward to it all on Drive on TalkSport after the Sport with Toby Gillis and the news and media coverage.
On the way, TC's wife disappointed by verdict.
Klopp delight at Captain's Award.
The wife of TC Andrew Harper says she's been left floored after 3 teenagers were cleared of her husband's murder. The officer was killed last August after being dragged under their car for more than a mile while responding to a burglary in Berkshire. TC Harper said she will never be at peace after the men were convicted of manslaughter.
No verdict or sentence will ever bring my incredible, selfless and heroic husband back. The results from this trial I had hoped to bring justice, but in reality, make no difference to the heart-wrenching pain I will continue to feel for the rest of my life.
Both are doomed.
They'll be sentenced next week. While food coverings have become compulsory in shops in England, the row is continuing over who's responsible for enforcing the law. The Police Federation of England and Wales is urging stores to refuse entry to people not wearing masks. Retail expert Kate Hardcastle says that's a hard task though.
Numbers are going to be low anyway. The question is whether the retailers have got the capacity, the bandwidth, the force or the respect even from the customer to challenge people.
And Portugal hasn't been added to the government's latest list of COVID-safe countries after all. It would have meant people travelling back to the UK from there wouldn't have to self-isolate for 2 weeks. 5 new additions include Estonia, Latvia and Slovakia.
Weather with QuickFit. The new tyres will find the perfect offer for you. Find your nearest centre and book online at quickfit.com. Participating centres conditions apply.
Rain in western areas tonight, spreading eastwards across the UK. Breezy tomorrow with a mixture of sunny spells and scattered showers.
Good evening. Coming to that crucial time that will determine if England have had a good, okay or bad day at the start of the third and decisive test with West Indies at Old Trafford. Coming on top form at Talk Sport, it's John Norman.
Well, England marginally on top at Old Trafford, 131 for 14, now 190 for 4. Butler 18 and in need of an innings of some note. Ollie Pope 61, 8 fours in that. Chelsea on occasion, he took his life in his own hands when taking on the arm of Roston Chase earlier on in the piece, survived, and a top-edge pull just dropped short of the same fielder, but in and amongst that some shots of absolute quality. He's 61 and England are 190 for 4.
Jurgen Klopp said it's absolutely deserved for Jordan Henderson to have won the Football Writers Player of the Year.
That would
The
explain
local
the
captain has thanked his
magical
manager
match
for helping him become the player he is, and it's clear the respect is mutual.
Absolutely deserved. Yes, there are other players who played an exceptional season, 100%. But if you want to have a guy who fought his way through to the point where he is now, was the best player in the league, and this year everybody acknowledges that.
The Premier League's announced next season will begin on the 12th of September, with the EFL doing the same. It'll mean just 7 weeks between the end of this season and the next beginning, while some sides have European or domestic cup matches in August. TalkSport's legendary commentator, John Motson.
Everything is very congested, and it's going to be that kind of season. Once it starts, it'll be like the post-lockdown, but your games all the time.
The top flight season will end on May the 23rd, with the 3 lower leagues finishing 2 weeks earlier. Rangers have signed former Brighton defender Leon Balogun on a 1-year contract, and safety experts say there may have to be no away fans in grounds when football stadia reopen. Guidance for a targeted return of supporters in October says numbers could be restricted to 17% of normal capacity.
Live game day preview on TalkSport.
It's the final weekend of the Premier League season, and we've got you covered with 7 games live across the TalkSport network.
The battleground for the right to reign supreme. The Champions League is up for grabs now! Oh! Vardy! Puts it past the goalkeeper! 2 for Jamie Vardy! 3 for Leicester City!
We have a shot up in the Champions League.
Back to Martial from James. Squeezes it at the near post. Anthony Martial! And it's 2-0 to Manchester United!
We've given ourselves a great chance. It is as you say, we give them time.
Delivers across Giroud with a header! And Chelsea have the lead!
It's huge. We know the situation. We're going to have to get the road up against the very big ball.
Greasy and Brosco.
I'm good to go already. Here comes the front of left here.
Dorsey cooks his middle 30 yards out. Is he going to unleash his shot here? He fights. Yes! What a strike from him in it! On the volley!
No one does football like we do football. There's no guarantees in this league. We have to go to Arsenal now and get a positive result.
It's another set-piece goal for Aston Villa. And as it stands, Aston Villa are moving out of the relegation zone.
When you go into that last game, knowing if you don't win, then you're most likely to stay up.
Callum Wilson touched it home, and Bournemouth had the lead.
Well, there's still hope. We have to lead until such time it's mathematically impossible.
And what do they say? It ain't over till it's over.
Sunday's going to be brilliant. Leicester, Man United, live and exclusive on TalkSport. Full commentary of that. At the same time on TalkSport 2, Chelsea against Wolves, live commentary. And it's 5 more on the TalkSport app as well. Burnley, Brighton, Palace, Tottenham, Man City, Norwich, Newcastle against Liverpool, and Southampton, Sheffield United. Just download the TalkSport app for free. You can find those commentaries on Sunday. And it's easy to swipe between TalkSport and TalkSport 2. On commentary duty for TalkSport on Sunday, in fact on TalkSport 2, Chelsea Wolves, is David Connolly. How are you?
Oh, I'm very good. Nice to see you.
Are you going to be laughing like you were at Brentford Barnsley?
We loved it though, we loved the laugh. That wasn't laughing at anyone in particular, obviously.
Oh, don't backtrack.
No. It was the beauty of football. That's right, and especially with, I thought Team Dan would have called it brilliantly. But it was almost impossible to keep track of obviously the events everywhere else and concentrate on the game. He had his eyes on it, he was looking at 4 screens I think Dan, so he had 3 on the go, he obviously producing, giving him updates, and obviously the game was going on, but I mean Barnsley were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. Your neck of the woods, I guess, Coffee, but they were superb. Yeah, they were really, really good. It was a great night.
I've only watched it 3 times. I rewinded it. I missed it yesterday because we were chatting, but I'll tell you, rewind it. It's an amazing, amazing game. The last 2 games for Barnsley, the emotions there must have been.
They went against Leeds as well, didn't they? They were lucky.
Yeah, Leeds, good performance against Leeds, and then Forest. 93rd minute, and then 93rd, I think, second minute, wasn't it, the other night. It is crazy, and the way they finished the season. I heard an interview from a 13-year-old lad, actually, on another radio.
I heard it, yeah.
Did you hear it? Yeah. It was amazing, wasn't it? Amazing. Actually, have a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah, what it meant, and there was somebody else who'd actually predicted what was going to happen as well. It was sensational, but I think that it was Frank afterwards and telling in injury time, don't leave an opponent unmarked.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah, actually, about 10-15 minutes before the end, they'd gone to just play nobody at the back, basically. Barnsley put 4 up there, and we said, well, hang on a minute, there's no one defending.
Yeah, and but we're going either way then, though, surely, because they needed to win and Barnsley needed to win.
Absolutely, but let's see, I just never felt Barnsley could punish them, but they could.
They did. And at the other end, Goffey was telling me on the Wednesday that Forest ain't going to do it. They're not going to blow it. They're going to be fine.
I still can't believe that. I honestly ain't. If you're a Nottingham Forest player and fan, you still not got over that. I mean, it's shocking performance when you needed it.
Truly shocking. And what it means is that we can't discount anything this weekend. So Chelsea could lose and still make the top 4. Villa can win and still go down. Now that might involve Watford winning 3-0 at Arsenal, but when you bear in mind that Arsenal, hang on, once you've done it again, haven't you? You're doing it again. Arsenal might be resting players for the FA Cup final. Do you think Aubameyang's going to play?
They rested 11 of them.
Well, they may well do. Especially after that Villa nonsense in midweek. They were awful, truly awful. What we've got to remember is, as with final day of the Championship season, David, anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the pressure does get the people, get the players, certainly.
Well, it's a relegation thing. Let me put this scenario to you. If Bournemouth get an early goal at Everton, all of a sudden there's a bit of panic elsewhere in terms of the relegation.
Well, we have seen that as well with the drinks break, certainly, that message gets out. And that will have an impact, it really will. I guess the only thing for, Watford fans, you'd be thinking, obviously Aidan, former teammate of mine, but he's never been in a position like this. I don't know how you prepare for it, and how his players prepare for it. I looked at Pereira coming off the other day and I thought, that as quick as you can get off the pitch, body language of some of them was awful. So I've got a degree of sympathy for Aidan because he's put in a terrible position. I don't know what he's really meant to do there. It's not mission impossible, it really is.
I've said that. I wish him all the best.
Yeah.
I hope he goes on and gets to manage his job somewhere and gets a good run of it. But to be put in this position, 2 games to go.
No real experience to qualify. You know, it's like being on the sidelines, but you're not the one making the calls. And I don't know, I looked at the other day at Man City and when they had to beat right there, you looked at him. Obviously, what's he going to say?
When City were in that kind of form and they could have had 7 or 8, what can anybody say?
Because Dave as well, another thing is that he might have had a relationship with all those players, being the under 23 coach, and make sure them and he can talk it, because that's what coaches can do. Once you become the manager, the relationship changes. It changes. You have to change.
It's only going to change, obviously, for these 2 games. You just got to try and keep them on side. If you've got to make a tough call, you know, it has to be in the. Obviously this game, but what would that be? You're not playing 3D? I don't think that's good.
Well, I mean, I think there's I was watching that game, Watford Man City in a pub, I mean, literally full of Watford fans, and none of them wanted Deeney to start. I was absolutely amazed.
I still think
he's really not fit. You saw that, I think it's West Ham, he come off and he had a bucket, massive bag of ice on his knee. He's not fit.
No, that's absolutely true. And when you've got Welbeck there, what makes you wonder why? But let me give you the scenarios in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. What Villa can win and still go. If Villa win 1-0 and Watford win 3-0, Villa are down. Okay. If Villa lose 3-0 and Watford lose 1-0, then Villa are down. So it's amazing how it works. But if that does happen and Bournemouth win at Everton, so if both Villa and Watford lose and Bournemouth win at Everton, then Bournemouth will stay up and both Villa and Watford go down depending on the goal difference.
Can you stick that with Rich? Because I'm not going to follow that. I'll just wait for it to come up on the screen or I'll listen to it on radio and look the card and tell me.
It's great.
Who's going up and who's going down?
Top 4 wise, Chelsea draw, their top 4. United draw, their top 4. It rhymes. Leicester have got to win, or if Chelsea lose and Leicester draw, then Chelsea miss out. So that's a little bit clearer. So what we need to do, before we crack on and look at each individual game, we're going to look at all these predictions from the 5 games involving top 4 and relegation. So let's go for it. David, first of all, Leicester against Manchester United.
Oh, I'm going to go for a away win here. I think Leicester, they've had a good season. I think they would have taken this at the start. That's what Rodgers has been saying. Shame probably that they might not finish in top 4, but I think they are missing both their best fullbacks. I think they're going to, United is definitely going to score. I think they will. I know they didn't maybe get the goals they wanted the other night, but
give it a score.
I think 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Well, I was going to go 2-1, United, but I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay, interesting. Could be enough for Leicester. It will be enough for Leicester if Chelsea lose. I'm going to go a Manchester United win. I think there'll be a lot of goals. 3-2 I'll predict. I think targets for a goal. Chelsea Wolves, David Conley.
Turn invisible.
I'll go with a 1-0 to Wolves.
Sorry, what Chelsea? I'm going to Chelsea win. 2-0.
I'm going 2-1 to Chelsea. Down at the bottom, Watford go to Arsenal. Again, depends on what team Arsenal pick, doesn't it? Possibly.
Yeah, that will have an impact. But I still think that Arsenal are going to have just about enough. But you know what? I'll go for a draw.
That's why I hear voices sometimes.
What draw?
You sure you've never had any?
No surprise.
Everybody's
Maybe I won't just
I'm going 1-0 Watford.
but I'll have abilities all my own.
Already.
No, I don't really.
Faculty for language.
You just trying to talk me into it. We've got a couple of rest of Aubameyang, you might play another couple of youngsters. I'm going to go 1-0 Watford. I'll find the result.
I'm going 4-0 Arsenal. By the way, I was the only one to get one right last week. We can't go on Darren Bench, so there you go. West Ham Villa, Goffey, what are you going?
Sure.
West Ham Villa, well, this is where it gets really interesting. I'm going to go Villa.
Does he know?
2-1.
Well, it's good run of form, aren't they? But I think West Ham are as well, so I'm going to go West Ham to win it 3-1, I'll say.
I think West Ham are doing great, but I think Villa might just nick this.
We don't have to know right that who cares about.
Score
1-0.
I mean, we're going.
And Everton Bournemouth, I'll give you one more chance. What do you think?
I will show you.
1-0
Let's
Bournemouth.
try this again.
I'm always down the bomb. Everton are winning this. Although they might make changes, they're going to know it, have they?
Well, look at the Championship, the sides at the bottom, how they could dig out a result when the pressure is on. I'm not saying it's going to be the same, but
I'm going to go Everton. 3-1.
I am going to go 1-1. I'm just about to work out what all that means, who you think is going to be top four and who's going to go down. In just a moment, we'll get stuck into all the games individually. It's Drive's Game Day preview on TalkSport with Adrian Darren Goff and David Connolly with checkertrade.com. Let's catch up with the cricket. John Norman.
205-4 England. For the first time today, pressure being put absolutely back on West Indies. There's still 10 overs away from the new ball, and it comes thanks to Butler and Pope, both free scoring individuals. Pope is really taken to Test cricket, average around 45 after 10 tests. Butler less so, although his average is okay, 31-32. Only one Test century in 44 matches tells its own tale. But he is seeking his opportunity to attack, and he's targeting Raheem Cornwall. 2 sixes and 4 deliveries in the last over, just putting pressure on the bowler, and new to Test cricket himself, and the captain Jason Holder, who is the misfiring Shannon Gabriel,
had a reputation for being heroic and lawful, using his power and knowledge to stop balls rather than stop them.
Need a tradesperson. If they don't get past the door,
it's been
they
known to
won't get
happen,
anywhere
yes.
near yours.
Daddy, send a trade.
I feel from today, I can see the score in the front level.
Daddy, let's play a game.
It should be in the bag. Think I'll
This
take a
one
look
looks
on it.
places I've never been. Seems too really like to travel.
Do you believe the mind, not might, was key to preventing war, chaos? And he also knew visiting other cultures would give him perspective staying in one place could not. While Odin always hoarded knowledge, guarded it jealously, he was confident in sharing with his land. For this, mortals adored deep, showing their love by bringing him gifts the world over.
We're on the brink of an adventure to keep moving. Even miracles take a
Odin
little
came to regard him as a friend to his lord. He suspected Tyr of collaborating to aid the giants instead of helping to steal their secrets for Aesir. Same thing he accused me of, frankly. But in Tyr's case, I believe he was right.
You think Tyr was on the giants?
He felt responsible for the suffering visited upon them by Odin. He suspected he had something to do with them and covered their tracks.
I'm missing
In
one
just a
now.
few simple steps online, you can search and compare every approved
I
use
believe
of
it could
Mercedes
only have
Benz
been
in
done
stock
with
today.
Tyr and the giants
With options
working
across the
together.
entire range, from SUVs to Cabriolet, finding your perfect match couldn't be easier. And because every car is fully approved by Mercedes Benz, peace of mind comes as standard. Search Mercedes Benz approved use today.
Little we're getting our grill on, indoors or outdoors, because we're always big on summer. We're big on deluxe Scotch beef quarter pounders at $2.69 for 4, and a pack of 2 meat-free burgers at $1.29. Winner of the Good Housekeeping Approved Taste Test. Now that's big on quality and always little on price. Subject to availability, selected stores at Tuesday night.
Football Index is football betting. You can buy and sell the world's top players. Their value may go up and down, but it's not over with the final whistle like a regular bet. You get to stay in the game. Trade up to £500 for 7 days, and if you don't love Football Index, they'll give you your money back.
The boat.
Start building your portfolio today at footballindex.co.uk or download the app now. Please consider warnings, minimum deposit and conditions apply. Gamble responsibly.
The Premier League is bigger and better than ever. Don't miss any of this season's action on TalkSport with the Now TV Sky Sports Pass. Saturday is game day, featuring TalkSport's most football-dedicated schedule ever. From all the build-up to live commentary and post-match reaction, it's your non-stop one-shot Premier League destination. Game day on TalkSport with the Now TV Sky Sports Pass. Watch Arsenal vs Watford or Everton vs Bournemouth this Sunday from just $9.99. Search Now TV 18+, streamed by internet. Subscribe. Rivet to the limit. How seriously? Nissan's Sunderland factory is building cars again and we're ready to get Britain moving. That's why this summer selected Nissan models come with a 3-month payment holiday, plus free roadside assistance, all at only 0% APR representative. We've built the cars, we've built the offers, now it's time to get you back in the driving seat. See how we can help you at nissan.co.uk/payment holiday. And together, let's move beyond. PCP Nissan Finance. Order and register by 30th September 2020. Participating dealers only.
This is why no one likes you.
Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Experience.
Drive Game Day Preview on TalkSport.
longer we're living on a prayer.
For the boy. Where you from, right? No. Oh, yeah, I'm going. Maybe not a fair. Yeah. I didn't expect a relegation fight. Oh, very good. Very good. I think you've done there. Yeah. A couple of relegation stops. Hang on, let's go. By the way, I've done the match. All three of us have got Chelsea and Man United finished top 4 and Bournemouth and Watford to go down. So there you go. Right. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, we'll go with that. Let's have a look at Leicester Manchester United. It is live and exclusive on TalkSport on Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff. We'll start the build-up at 3 o'clock on the final day. Brendan Rodgers has been speaking to TalkSport about whether his side have a problem winning in pressurised situations.
Now, after our Bournemouth game where we were really disappointed in terms of our second half performance, we went into the next game and actually played arguably our best team of this year, against Sheffield United with the intensity and game idea that we want to bring to the game. Against Arsenal we had a very good victory, against Tottenham we had a very good victory, and we won big games. So some of those other games that you mentioned, we just fell short, but that doesn't mean you'll always fall short. There's always an opportunity, and that's something that we will look to take at the weekend, despite we're playing against a really good opponent.
Leicester have had some awful results throughout the whole season, never mind in the pressurised situations. Losing the cup semi-final to Villa was one of them. Against Norwich, they lost at Norwich and drew at home with Norwich. They're taking 1 point off Norwich. I mean, how on earth do you do that and get in the top 4? Battered at Bournemouth, held at Watford, held at home by Brighton. Any wonder, David Connolly, Leicester are in this position right now?
Well, look, it's amazing. Vardy's got 23 goals for it. Isn't that amazing? But I don't think Madison's given him an assist since August, something like that.
Wow.
That is incredible. His feet's got scraps, he barely touches the ball, and yet he's absolutely lethal. So where does he do that? I direct the thing.
He was the leading player of the year.
Well, yeah. Who can we just have him?
Never mind 19 assists for De Bruyne, 23 goals for Vardy. How did they get ignored?
Yeah.
I don't think he got a single vote, by the way.
Yeah.
He might not win it yet.
That's
Because this could be quite good. This could be one goal compared to two teams. I know the two teams who like to play football. Attack at pace. You know what I mean? You're going to get probably Leicester looking for that ball over the top area, Cavani to run on to. And Manchester United, with their from forward, dear mate. Anything can happen. If they turn on Manchester United, it is ridiculous.
The only thing on United is that front four, he looked the other day, down, and he looked at the bench and he didn't really have anything else, did he? So he looked at N'Gala maybe, but I don't think he thought, I can't take off Fernandez, he doesn't go, I can't take off, Martial, he gets me off, I can't take off Green, I can't take off Foster, I looked on the bench and what else have you got to say with?
Fernandez is looking like a player who's played a lot of games in a short space of time, which is exactly what he is. So I wouldn't say he's playing particularly bad, so his form has flattened out a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I think that's been the team as well. But I think we all look at Fernandez now as the Serbian of Manchester United because he was a bit like that before he got there. So, he come into the side, a bit of a different team. I really went, brilliant, can't wait down to see over and Fernandez, well, we did, and it was brilliant, it was exciting, all talked about it. But the last few games, they've not quite got it right, defensively, they've looked vulnerable. And it's an interesting game, because Vardy, as we've seen, against the big boys, he only scores, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think both teams have got a pullback issue, I think. Leicester, Chilwell, Pereira, I think Pereira is certainly one of the best players up there with Vardy. He's been out, he's struggling. We've got young Thomas in, shape a little bit, and you look at United without Wan-Bissaka, they're not the same. So, I know the strikers get all the glory, but both teams, really rely on the likes of...
Shaw is brilliant, Shaw was playing well.
Yeah, he was. Not just Johnny Evans, one of the best in the Football Writers Association.
He's had a great team.
He's given a bit of than all those football players. Right, thanks. Come on.
What was it?
No, one vote.
Who did you vote?
John Lennon.
You voted for John Lennon.
By the way, I'm tired of these football writers going on Twitter saying Congratulations, Jordan Henderson. I voted for De Bruyne. They're just trying to deflect. They're trying to make sure nobody hates them. Just be honest and own your decision. Incredible. Anyway, back to Leicester Man United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has asked whether his players are starting to feel a little bit leggy.
You'd expect players to feel it towards the end of the season anyway. And this season has been a strange one. As everyone knows, of course, we have 5 weeks playing. All teams have got issues. If it's mental, physical, injury-wise. So we're in a very good position going into the last game. Even though I'm sure some of the players are feeling it, but now we've got the time to look for pains and aches. Now it's the time to go past and get 90 minutes.
Would you put David Aaron gone?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah. But if he's moaning about tiredness and legs, why do you only make it one sub against West Ham then? Why don't you just mix it up? And you look at Chelsea the other day, just listen, I know they lost, but when they had Hudson-Odoi come on, Abraham come on, Pulisic come on. I don't know, they weren't freshening it up there.
Well, he's probably freshening it up against Chelsea in the Cup and look what happened.
Yeah.
They didn't look the same team. So he has, he's been thinking, he's now in his head, he's thinking, that's my best team, I've got the players, because if I don't, look down me in Chelsea. Yeah, that's right. You're right, he's got players who might be a little bit leggy, might be a little bit tired, but he dared make the change again.
Yeah. Last time Man United lost was at home to Burnley in January. At that moment, they were 14 points behind Leicester. We're in a situation where a draw is enough for Man United to get top 3. It's impressive.
And look at their goals they got as well. I was looking at Greenwood. He's played basically 9 games less than Martial and Rashford. 9 games. He's got 17 goals. You know, minutes-wise, he's basically like 9 lots of 9. It's 17 goals.
What a game it is. Live and exclusive on TalkSport, 4 o'clock on Sunday. Leicester against Manchester United.
Live on TalkSport with Checker Trade. Need a tradesperson? We've checked them out so you can just call them out.
Looking for a new car? With the new Mercedes-Benz online showroom, you can search and compare every new car in stock today. Why not start with all the cars with space for the kids and their stuff? Then pick out something sporty that makes you go, wow. So you like the A-Class? Select all those that fit your budget, and look through the latest offers. And before you know it, you found the one A-Class that's right for you. Search Mercedes-Benz online showroom today.
Well enough to cover a massive wall as well with
As a small business owner, we know that these last few months are hit you harder than most, and it's not going to be easy getting back to normal. But we'd like to help where we can. That's why at Vodafone we're offering 6 months free business broadband to all new and existing customers. So, that's one less thing to worry about. Keep connecting and search Vodafone Business Broadband today. Ready? Vodafone.
6 months free, then 18 months at £19.17, excluding 20% VAT. Availability and speed may vary. Terms at vodafone.co.uk/terms.
False information about coronavirus is being spread everywhere. Here being shared there. Reaching and tricking more people with every share. They don't even understand the harm it can cause.
False information can be hard to spot. Make sure you know what you're sharing. Don't feed the beast. Visit sharechecklist.gov.uk. Stay alert. Control the virus. Save lives.
Get the inside story of why Harry and Meghan broke with the royal family. Only in the Times and the Sunday Times this weekend. For the first time, royal insiders and friends reveal what really happened. An exclusive extract from Finding Freedom, the book everyone is talking about. Pick up your copy of the Times tomorrow, or visit thetimes.co.uk.
Are you fascinated by football? Tantalized by tennis? Giddy for golf? Dizzy about, darts? Well, you tried doing all this alliteration. Anyway, Hostage Dickens has got all the best in sport cover with all the latest form and odds from Paddy Power. Don't miss Paddy Power's multi-sport hacker on TalkSport. Combine your bet across multiple sports, and if one leg of your 4+4 hacker lets you down, Paddy Power will give you your money back as a free bet. It's two horse racing must be there £10 per day, minimum lot of 5 per day. Season 5 apply to company and forward to talk.
Right, 7 on TalkSport, it's game day countdown. Jamie O'Hara's just been giving it a big of our God knows what. He's played for Spurs.
Thanks to Odin.
They've got into with Lucas Moore, Spurs forwards on the show. That's from 7. We'll have everything covered on the final day of the Premier League season, Sunday afternoon across the TalkSport network, including Leicester Man United on TalkSport, exclusive commentary. And exclusive commentary on TalkSport 2, Chelsea Wolves, and 5 commentaries available on the TalkSport app at the same time as well. Still come on, drive, let's turn our attention to the battle for survival at the bottom. Let's get the news now, Amelia Cox.
PC Andrew Harper's widow has criticised the jury's decision to clear 3 teenagers of his murder. The men have been convicted of the officer's manslaughter after he was dragged under their car while responding to burglary last August. The Prime Minister has admitted there are questions over whether the UK's coronavirus lockdown came too late. Boris Johnson says ministers could have done things differently and there will be lessons to learn. Official figures reveal the number of people in the UK with the coronavirus has stopped falling. The Office for National Statistics says it's staying at around 1 infected person in every 2,000.
Number 1 is Radiated. For outstanding strength and exceptional speed, choose 6 like Rainbow 6.
You can do this.
Good evening, I'm Toby Gillett. England are currently 213 for 4 on day 1 of the third and decisive test with West Indies at Old Trafford. Jurgen Klopp said Jordan Henderson absolutely deserves to be the player of the season. He won the Football Writers Award, with his manager saying it's now being recognised that he's forced to become one of the best players in the league. And the new Premier League season will start on September the 12th. It means less than 7 weeks between the final game of this season and the first of the next. It'll end on May the 23rd. The EFL has announced the same start date for their league. They'll finish 2 weekends earlier.
Live game day premiere on TalkSport. Game on!
This is David Conley's choice.
This is my choice, yeah.
Did Jason Kelly tell you like this?
No, he didn't. This is, I guess, going back to Goffin's thing about the delegation thing. I was at Goffin Park, right, and before the game, they had the players going. We were playing final countdown on the panel. Don't stop believing, you know, born to run. And then basically at half time, when they were struggling, they played bass, you know.
Boy, you have to stop that chain.
I think at the end they played Crimea.
I do not know.
Just playing those of you laughing.
Yeah.
We'll always look at the bright side. Or it ain't over. So go to Wales. Right, let's talk about Chelsea against Wolves. Frank Lampard has been discussing his disagreement with Jurgen Klopp.
In terms of the language, I use, I do regret that because when these things get replayed a lot on social media, I'm aware of that. You know, I've got 2 young daughters are on social media, so I regret that. In terms of regretting having passion to defend my team, no, I could have maybe handled it slightly differently to keep that language in, but what I felt was, and I want to be clear about it actually, that some of the reports were that I was upset with the celebrating of the Liverpool team. Far from it, I think Liverpool should celebrate as much as they want with the season they've had. They can celebrate like they did after the game, like they can celebrate every goal they scored, like they celebrated when they won the league months ago, and like they're talking about they celebrate one more time with their fans. I would have had a beer with Jurgen Klopp after the game, posted what performance they've done this year. But there were things on the line that I didn't like from their bench, not Jurgen Klopp, people behind the bench, which I felt crossed the line, and that's what got me agitated, but it's done.
Let's hear what Jurgen Klopp made of that situation.
For me, it's after the game, it's completely over. I said a lot in the past, and because it's pure emotion, they're really involved. He came here to win the game or to get a point, to make Champions League qualification. And I respect that a lot. But what he has to learn is to finish it with the last whistle, with the final whistle, and he didn't do that. Speaking afterwards about it like this and stuff like this, that's not okay. Let's break that to learn. It's a lot of time to learn as a young coach, but that's what he has to learn. Because we all said, well, during the game, the word to use, no problem at all, but final whistle, and it's real sports play, because all the things he said, but you cannot hold that, we are not arrogant. We are pretty much the opposite of, but in a moment like this, or this all argument, if you say something, you want to hurt the other person. That's how it is now, you know. Yeah? So, but no problem with that. But final whistle, finish the book or close the book in this moment. And he didn't do that, and that is what I don't like.
Very interesting. There's a word that we can't use on this show, but if I use the word outhouse, outhousery, there's a lot of that about the Liverpool bench. I think there's certain Liverpool players who practice that as well. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. They try to get under the opponent's skin using those tactics, sort of needling the opponent, and I think that goes on. But with what both managers have said there, David Connolly, what's your reaction to that?
I think Jurgen Klopp say 10 times worse than that on the side. He had nothing really riding on the game. You know, obviously they're going to pick the trophy up, so it's okay for him to be as cool as a cucumber, which he was. But, you know, we've seen him and his bench be as aggressive as anyone, which is what you'd expect because they want to win. But, you know, the other night was looking good for them. So I think that's okay. Whereas for Frank, it was important. And I have seen that bench, that Liverpool bench, be very aggressive, like a lot of benches. You know, when you sit on them, a lot said, you know, things after the whistle, whether Frank will like to be told that he's got a lot to learn. I think, I don't know Frank's arrogant. I don't think he realises that. But I don't think Liverpool players are arrogant. I think they're a complete polar opposite of that. I think they're actually terrific pros who've never got on with their job and done it really, really well.
Did you see it?
Obviously, you know, tensions running high, and certainly for Chelsea, you need to do that.
Actually, just saying that really, there's no way Frank Lampard on the touchline turns to Jurgen Klopp and says you're giving us a big one after one Premier League trophy if they haven't done anything that's untoward.
There might be one or two defence on the players. It might be staff, yes, but you don't need to be controlled of them. Obviously, they're his staff, right? He's fixing selection and they should behave a bit like his players do, if that's how he wants to. He's in charge of them.
Well, yeah, I've watched it a few times. But I agree with you. I think Klopp, some of the things he's done this year, well, in fact, his response after the game against City, he just said you leave everything out there. He went to do Brentford on Saturday. It was shocking. It was pure arrogance and with a massive benefit. What a personality. Breath of fresh air coming to the Premier League. But he has got into press conferences and he says to the pastor and he shouldn't have said. And if the passion you get carried away and you play professional sport, he's apologised for that. I mean, how many managers would have come out and done that as well? Trent, apologise.
And the only reason he's got to apologise is there's no fans, everybody can hear it. Yeah. And there's fans in there, nobody would have heard it, and it wouldn't really be a story. But I think Frank Lampard apologising is absolutely the right thing to do because pretty much everybody has seen that video.
Well, yeah, and look, there's probably frustration with the goals they conceded, the manner of them, you know, the occasion. You know, you don't want to be there and sort of, you know, invited to the party, but it's not your party.
Well, it puts pressure on them ahead of this game as well. A point for Chelsea is enough for a top 4 place, but we know that Wolves are decent. I don't want to Man City. They can pick up results. They are a very effective side. But from their point of view, actually the Wolves right back, Matt Doherty, has been outlining the games which cost his team finishing in the Champions League places.
A bit disappointed with the fact that we lost at home to Arsenal. Arsenal obviously a good team, but obviously we're at home, so you feel like that was another game where we could have done a bit better. And then obviously we just had a few sucker punch blows where we conceded in the last minute against Sheffield, and then obviously everybody knows the penalty against Burnley. And if we had just held out for a minute or two more, then I think we could be going to the game on Sunday like we win it, we won, we would have had a real good chance of maybe finishing in that top 4. Well, it's not today, but
well, I like the fact that he's questioning himself and the players because since the restart they've won 5 out of 8, which sounds good. But at 1-0 against Arsenal, Traore had a golden chance, didn't he, and put it over the bar. Arsenal go and get a second, and that could be the difference. They could miss out on top 4 by 1 point, which would be devastating for them, although it's still a Europa League.
Yeah, and look, they've had a great season. I mean, I wonder how Chelsea's back by, I mean, we discussed it, weren't they? You know, their defence, basically had about 20 different combinations. It's like Frank doesn't know which one to choose. It's everyone he selects, invariably lets goals in. You know,
he doesn't know the best system, he doesn't know the best halves, he doesn't know the best fullback.
Absolutely, he's going up against the front 3 here from Wolves, whoever it is, if it's Polish he plays, he's a really good ball. Or Jota, Jimenez, Traore. Wow, I mean, you know, they are really a formidable front three. They're going to cause them up an awful lot of problems.
Why is it so bad at the back for Chelsea? Why? Why are they letting in so many goals? They've conceded 8 goals away from home. The worst in the Premier League, that record is incredible.
Well, look how Antonio got under his, like, all their skin. You know, Rudiger was trying of him, kicked the ball out for a corner that Suchek scored from. You wonder how, I don't know, if Rudiger played, how he get on against Traore or Jimenez. You know, there's doubts. And Sheffield, for example, you know, they know they're not going to be Reece James for pace. So, like, cleverly, they work little 1-2s. No, right, I'm not going to take Reece James on down the line. He's too quick and strong. He's going to, what I'm going to do is suddenly play little 1-2 and get beyond them like that. They use, like, different ways to break Chelsea down. And that's what you've got to do. Because, look, they're all really good athletes, but there's other ways to score, other ways to beat them.
And they will look at us, that midfield of Wolves, whether it be Neves, Martinho, I could see, by the way. Might be getting on a bit now, but it's good.
Should have been able to get the war belt on a traveller now.
Yes! Oh. Whether it's the team, whether it's the manager, whether it's the amount of games that Wolves have been outstanding this season, and they've got players that other teams right at the top of the Premier League would love to have in their side.
The double Man City, where was De Bruyne there? Anyway, back to Chelsea. They have lost 12 games. They've won 19, so they've not drawn many. That's the big difference. But to lose 12 games and concede the goals they've conceded, and still on the final day of points, is enough for a top 4 place. I find absolutely remarkable.
And I was at the bridge for the Norwich game, but they were so far away from, I think, what Frank wanted. That moment in time, it didn't matter, he just wanted the points. But that maybe led you to think, right, are they going to be able to turn it on? And suddenly, you know, they did much better when he made the changes. Like against Villa, when Pulisic came on the other night, and obviously against Liverpool, when the subs come on, they had a really good impact. But it makes you wonder, you know, it seems to have to make a change and they have to be down or really struggling for them to improve.
Big changes, different formations, that's one thing.
Yeah, take it down now.
One-dimensional, isn't it? Frank Lampard. But it's gone for him on plenty of occasions, but he might have gone against him as well on a few occasions where he's got his formation and his tactics wrong.
And we were looking at that free kick, weren't we? We were just discussing.
Yeah.
The Alexander-Arnold free kick. I mean, what a great free kick, right? But when you're standing behind it and you're looking at the wall, right, so you've got Reece James, who's tall, you know, whatever, goalkeeper side, and you've got Marcus Alonso, 6 foot plus.
The Black Moon.
But where Alexander-Arnold is going, he's got Mason Mount, who's, what, 5'8", probably 5'9". And when you look at it again, that's the only place Alexander-Arnold's going. You know, so
can now head back to
I
the
think
gateway
Frank
on top of the
might
peak.
learn from that and just get those little details, maybe he'll do better next time.
Maybe or maybe not. Would you play Kepa in goal?
You found something interesting.
Did you?
He got him before, didn't he? But
One game ago.
Yeah.
See, you boys ran afoul of some travelers. Or them travelers ran afoul of you more like.
Who are they? What do they want?
Dunno. Oh,
You ask a lot of questions. Shame. Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Alright.
One of these days you're gonna tell me who made those beauties.
Alright. No, not that.
Say the word, kid.
That one.
What's it gonna be?
War belt faces. Nah. No, yeah, give me a sec. Alright.
Go scuff that up.
was upgrading to the last.
Don't be too careful now.
That's it.
What you need, kid? What more you need? You got a fine deal. What else? What'll it be, shorty?
Alright, that's it.
You again? Was that all there is?
There you go, got war belts on. Level 4s are a bit pants.